láyé olúgbọ́n mo ké borùn méje ẹ ò máa kọ yí lórin láyé àrẹ̀sà mo ké borùn mẹ́fà ẹ ò máa kọ yí lórin láyé ìsẹ̀yìn èmi ra kókò mo ra rán mo ra sányán bàbá sọ àfọ̀lẹ́ ló lè pélé.
Hello everyone, my name is Adeyemo Adegbemika Ganiu. I welcome you to my new Yoruba Abamiki YouTube video. This video will be a quick one. It's actually a request from a friend who mailed me and asked me to treat the topic of negro. Actually, I replied the friend that I've treated the topic earlier last year, but in order to honor it, I need to just rephrase it again. This is why I'm doing it. So it will actually be a quick one. Before I dive into it, you really have to understand, like I've said earlier, the Yorubas were the first set of human beings who lived on earth. They are the most ancient before the rest tribe of the entire world. And when we're talking about the Yorubas, it's not just about the Yoruba of today's in southwest Nigeria. After the disintegration of Africa, there are so many Yorubas who have even lost their identity. There are so many that we don't share the same border anymore. But through our correlating cultures and tradition, we still identify them as the Yorubas. So let's dive into it. So prior to my earlier video, in my earlier videos, I gave different evidences how the Yoruba became the first human. But let me just give you more evidences in regards to the first man on earth, which the entire world now Abrahamically dubbed as Adam. I believe it is of knowledge that it is impossible for a Chinese man to be writing his ancestral story and be using a Yoruba name to qualify his ancestor. So something is definitely wrong. So in regards to Adam is a Yoruba word, and you can't expect less of it that Abraham shouldn't be a Yoruba man, because Adam comes from Ada Amo, Ada Lamo, and that is how the Quran and Bible collectively describe him, or how he was created. He was created from a black moldy clay. That was how it is being described in both Abrahamic books. So Adams is Adalatinuamo, Eniti Adalatinuamo. So he has a Yoruba name, a Yoruba meaning, and Yoruba references. So there's no two ways about that. And likewise, it was also said that the Lord said, I created Adam in my own image, which practically means that if God happens to be a man, for him to have created Adam with the same Yoruba name, with the same reality of who Yoruba is, definitely God is also a Yoruba man, if we are to make him look like a human being. So that is for that. So for thousands of years, the Yoruba have been existing long before the entire human. And the Adam came, they landed at Ile-Ife, which people often, Adam is just a nickname of an Orisha. The real Orisha name is Obatala. So the Yoruba did understand that Obatala lived at Ile-Ife in today's southwest of Nigeria, where Adam actually lived. So Adam is also not a name of a person, name of groups. So that is a different story, which I covered in my earlier videos. So among those groups, Adam had two children, the children which he molded from his hand, which God was referring to when he and God were dialoguing in the Bible. Let us create man in our image. So the first Adam, which was Obatala and Eledumare, the Almighty, were the one who joined effort to create the first set of human beings with their hands. Adam was creating it from earth, and God was breathing soul to them from heaven, which was where the idea of the word, let us, people, create men, not man, men, humanity in our image. So it was Obatala, the first Adam, and the Olodumare that joint effort to create humanity. That's the first creation of the Almighty. The second creation of Adam, were the one which Adam specifically gave birth, which his wife gave birth to. The direct progeny of Adam, his own sperm, his own progeny, his own personal flesh and blood through birth. So the one they created from hands as the rest human, the one from Adam's flesh and blood is the one, a wife, a girl, which was known like an angel, Yemaja also. So that's, I treated that story in another book. So that was, so those those ones were the people of the Yorubas, the direct flesh and blood of the first Adam, who is half-breed angel and half-breed human. So that is where the idea. So the Yorubas were this is why God was never shy away. He told it. He said it so many times in the Bible that Israelite, my own child, my own first child, my own flesh and blood child. It don't necessarily mean God's sperm. What I'm trying to say that these are the people who directly came from Adam, which God created. It's different from the one which were created by hands. So the Yorubas are the ones the European continuously tag dub as fallen angels. Those ones are mere conspiracy to demonize the Yorubas, because the Yorubas, their parents are angels, which the Yorubas often refer to as Irunmole, Orun Imole, heaven beings who came down. Orun Imole, Shango, Oya, they are not human beings. Shango has real human children. They made, so we are the children of Shango, we are the children of Yemeja, we are the children. So the Yorubas are extraterrestrial being from genetical aspect. So that is the case for that. In a nutshell, where Adam dwelled in West Africa was Yoruba land, and they later occupied the entire West Africa for a very long time before the rest humanity started to emerge from the other rest creations of Adam in different locations. So the Yoruba basically occupy the central part of Africa and the western part of Africa, which was historically dubbed as the Upper Ethiopia and the Lower Ethiopians. So these were the places where we collectively called the land of the Negro area. Land of the Negro area. There are references in the Bible too, in Zeb 3 verse 10 of the Bible, where Yahweh said, "From the beyond of the river of Cush, there is where my own divine people dwelled. They lived in scattered villages, scattered houses, and scattered community." Well, let me rephrase that again. From the beyond the river of Cush. Where is Cush? Cush is in between. The land of Cush is around the river Nile. The river Nile is called Ethiopian River, while the Atlantic Ocean is known as the Ethiopian Ocean. So God is practically saying, after the river Nile area, from Central Africa to West Africa, these are the places where my own Aniogo, the blessed child of my own divine children, which God earlier refers to as my own first child, my own first son. Pharaoh, won't you let my own son to live, my own first son? These are the people where the Almighty is also referring to as my own divine people dwelled, lived in scattered places. So likewise, Abraham too, when Abraham is Oromila, check my other videos, when God told him to leave the foreign land and go back to his ancestral, his own father's land, which is the first Adam, Obatala, go back, Oromila, go back to where your ancestor initially originated. You don't belong to the foreign land. You don't belong to the people which Adam created with his own hands. You belong to the people which Adam gave birth to directly as a father. That is where the idea of foreign land. And so God said in Genesis 12 verse 1 to 5, he said, "Abraham, get them out of the region, foreign land, with your kindred, out of the father's location, where I shall show you." And Genesis 3 to 1, Adam now said, the Bible further now said, "And Adam went out of Egypt." Egypt is still the same of the Cush area, and his wife and all he had, and the son of Lut, into the south. So the whole idea of, and we know in Yoruba tradition, Orunmila migrated from a place called Okegeti. Okegeti is sometimes referred as Okegesi, land of the foreign, to Okeitase. Orunmila moved from Okegeti to Okeitase. The Yoruba is practically saying, Orunmila, Abraham moved from Okegeti, land of the foreign, Ajoji, to land of Itase, which is land of his own roots, land of where his people originated from. So Orunmila moved from Okegeti to Oketase. Abraham moved from land of the foreign to land of his region. So I treated that story too from another angle. In a nutshell, those places, the offspring of Orunmila, offspring of Abraham, offspring of Noah, offspring of everybody, so they collectively occupied the entire region of West and Central Africa. And those places now became the land we can often refer to as Negro land, or Canaan land, or Noabi land, or randomly. The idea of Negro land comes from Aniogo Omo, land of the Negro. Land of the Negro. Land of Aniogo Omo. In a nutshell, Negro land means land of the Negroes, land of the blessed children. Canaan land means ilẹ̀ àwọn ìkan ènìyàn, land of the great people, great ancestors, great humans of the earth, àwọn ìkan ńláńlá ní ènìyàn. And the idea of Nubia comes from ọmọ Nuwabi, ọmọ tí Noah bí, children of prophet Noah. No, because Noah was a righteous man and he works with God with a good character. So we Yorubas collectively addresses, or in eulogy, praises ourselves as children of the Noah, children of the man with the best character who works with God. Ọmọ tí Noah bí. And Noah, we understand that N in Yoruba is also the same as L. No, nylon, Nimrod, Lamurudu, Namurud, Lamurudu, nylon, Limota. So Nuabi is the same thing as Luabi. So we address ourselves as Omoti Nuabi, Omoti Oluiwabi. So that is where the idea. So Nuabi or Nuabia became Nubian. So from Nubian, which is area of Central Africa to partially part of North Africa or East Africa, down to West Africa, they were all occupied by the same Yoruba group of people under different ethnicity. Like the Yorubas in Central Africa, they address themselves as the Aniogomo, land of the Negroes, land of Negro, Aniogomo, Omo Ologo. Why the Yorubas from Central Africa down to partial side of North Africa, they address themselves as the Nuabi or Moti Nuabi. They were all same group of Yoruba people under different identity, because we never had the idea of, we never had the name of Yorubas until Samuel Jaikwada eventually doubles collectively as Eya Araoba, Eya, people of kings and lineage, people of kings queen by lineage collectively. So Negro means the blessed children, but for the most part, the Yoruba used to be collectively dubbed as Negro in the ancient time, mostly just because the Nuabi also emerged from the Negro as well. Like the Central African people, they practically came from Oyo. From Oyo, they extended the migration to Dahomey. And from Dahomey, they also extended another migration to the land of Central Africa, DR Congo. Oyo town is still in DR Congo, if you must note it today. So I have a full story about how they went there. So they came all the way from Oyo. So most of them, they are also a Negro land. This, which is why we have Niger area and Niger Congo, Central African Yoruba, and Niger area, Central African Yorubas, and West African Yorubas. They are all Negro as well. So Negro means the blessed child. It's not a derogatory name. This is why I always feel shocked when an African American complains that someone is calling them Negro. They should be happy. It's like they are calling you the blessed son. So why would someone be angry for you being called the blessed son? Perhaps those who are insulting you or trying to mock you through the name doesn't understand the name, but they're actually praising God. They're actually exalting. They're actually praising God through you. So that is where the idea of Negro comes. So when the Europeans came, when they invaded Africa, especially in regards to the transatlantic slave trade, there is a reason why the Nigeria was known today, or was given the largest city or the largest colony in Africa, because they were the most ancient, and the name Nigeria was even named after the main indigenous people who came earlier. Niger area, Negro area, Negro land. At a time, Ibadan was known as the largest Negro area in the entire world because that's the center, the focal point where the actual Negro or your Ife, where the entire Negro of the world emerged from. So it's not a coincidence that Nigeria is the largest city or largest country in the entire Africa with the most population. And we have not even included the Yorubas who are in Dahomey. Imagine we match the Yorubas in Dahomey, the Aku, or in Sierra Leone, the Gambia, the Mali, the Senegal, all those Yorubas in Ghana and co. So Yorubas are practically the owner of the entire West Africa. But over the years, many ethnic have broken away. They have broken ties, and some ethnics have also given back to another new ethnic groups. So most of them have even forgotten their direct lineage to Yoruba, but we still have the major ones in Yoruba to Ile-Ife. So Yoruba is practically the owner of the entire West and Central Africa, even though the recent political history have shrinked us to today's southwest of Nigeria. So when we are talking about the Yoruba, we are practically including the likes of the Benin, not Benin Republic, Benin people is South Nigeria, the likes of Ishekiri, the likes of TV, the likes of Nope, and so many other. They are all Yoruba people who are related to the Yoruba from the father's side, not the mother. So when we talk around the Igbos are related to the Yorubas from the mother's side. The Hausas are related to the Yorubas from the mother's side. Their father came from Egypt. So these are reality. So the Yorubas are practically the Negro, and the Negroes are the owners of West Africa, which God awfully refers to as my own children, where my own divine children, our ologo. So the Negro land is sometimes from Negro, it becomes from Aniogo, it becomes Negro. Some later addresses is that nigger. Some later addresses that. So some even till today, some Yoruba still address themselves as Anago. It's still the same. It is all still originated from Aniogo Omo Ologo. So Negro, Nagro, Niger, nigger, they all still mean Omaniogo Omo. So it's not a coincidence. Likewise, in the Bible, when Simon, the direct brother of Jesus, which is Yeshua, Eshuola Titiawa Yoruba, was also addressed as a teacher from Negro, a teacher of Negro, Omo Lukoto Alati Ile Aniogo. So the Negroes are very powerful people. They are very indigenous to Africa. They are the first on earth. So they understood everything. So the Yorubas who are in today's southwestern Nigeria and some other Yorubas like in their home, they are the ones still keeping the pure blood tradition real. So they are the focal points. So whoever have to identify with them have to realize that everything started with them. So that is that for that. Being the most ancient tribe on earth, the entire Africa was named after after them. Like the division of the entire continent of Africa, it was divided into three parts: the Negro land, the Sahel, and the Sahara area. The Negro land come from Aniogo Omo. The Sahel is a Yoruba word from Ashale, Asaile. Ashale, a barren land that is not fertile like the Negro land. And Sahel come from Ashaileari. Asha, a barren land, a further far away region. They are all Yoruba, Sahel, Sahari, and Negro land. We have the likes of Kilimanjaro, Okeolumo, Nijero. We have the like of Senegal, Awon Senagba. We have the like of Mali. Mali come from Awoni Moile, people of the wisdom of this earth. This is why Mali has a library where wisdom is being sold as library or books. Awoni Moile, Imo, wisdom, they have knowledge, they have teaching center. Awoni Moile, all of them were Negroes. Àwọn onímọ̀ ilé ayé Timbuktu, ibi tí a ti ń bá ní kọ ìtàn, ibi tí a ti ń bá, where we do write history for the people. Timbuktu, ibi tí a ti ń bá ní kọ ìtàn ilẹ̀, where we help different tribes in Africa to write. So Mali was known as the focal educational point for the entire Africa, not just for the Malians, where they help them to write their history, keep it in libraries, and study for thousands. All these names were named after what the different how the Yoruba spread across, give it different names. So West Africa and Central Africa was like a paradise where it was divided into different colonies of different specialty in antiquity. And the whole narrative came from Yoruba land, Ile-Ife and Oyo. So it's a deeper story. But I think I will be trying my best. Because sometimes I don't know where to start from. It's so deep that one topic leads to another, But by God's grace, as you people are requesting for more topics, I shall be treating it, and you will understand how everything goes. So I will see you in my next video. Please don't mind my voice. I'm a little bit down. I'm just struggling in order to honor the request of a fan in regards to this topic. So support me in my channel. Help me share it. Help my channel to grow. You can also invite your friend to check. They can ask me any question, any topic. We are all learning one or two things. And if you want to support me financially or academically, you can always email me. I will appreciate all forms of support in order to get our message across. It's high time that we start speaking up, or else these knowledges will die in us, and no one will do it except we do it for ourselves. Subscribe and like. I'll see you in my next video. Thank you, everyone. Bye for now.